Sorry for the wait, guys. How is everybody doing? All right, so we are going to be going up against Spooky, and then Di wants to take over so she can do all of the time trials. All right, so we actually have to go back here where Spooky is and defeat Spooky. Since we're made out of gold, does that mean we're invincible? Pac-Man! Your golden fruit can't save you now. Nobody can break through my iron concentration. I feel like that's a play on words. Like, juice concentration? Now taste the might of my meteor shower. Yeah, that definitely sounds like a play on words. Thanks. All right. All right. So, what am I doing? That's the question. What am I doing? Well, we were learning how to beat this thing, and we're not beating it by killing the enemy. So I am not invincible in a gold body. Well, let's see. Pac-Man does a bounce butt bounce, and he does rev roll. So what else is he supposed to do? Jump kick. Okay. There we go. We at least have somebody give me suggestions. There we go. Kill the enemies here for a little bit. Oh. Whatever. I got killed. Hello, Phoenix. I don't know how I ended up getting hit by it. It's supposed to be invincible when you're using your butt bounce, but I don't know how I got hit by that. I'm gonna wait. Not sure how I'm getting it. Whatever. What? How? How is that homing on me? Hello, Ellie Bird. I don't understand how it's homing on me. I move away from it. You would think it would only move straight, not home in on me. Really? The meteor shower was apparently not enough. These fireballs will finish you off. Okay, so I guess I made it to the checkpoint in the boss fight. Why is it homing on me now? What did it hit? It didn't have hit anything. I don't know why it hit me. Why did that hit me? Moving away from this stuff, and yet it homes right on top of me. I don't understand how I got hit by that. Why it hit me? What? I am not understanding how that works. I'm literally moving away from it and it just homes in on me. That don't make sense. Once he has it locked on an aim, that's where it should land. It should not home on me when I'm moving. Well, that hit me and I wasn't even in the range. I instantly pick it up and lose it. He has inhuman accuracy. I don't understand how I did that. I don't know how I died to that. There was nothing there that killed me. I don't understand that. Die, spider! Jesus Christ. That should not have hit me at all. Neither should that have hit me. I'm... That should not have hit me. I wasn't even in range of that. Really? You mean to tell me after I get hit by the first one, I'm not allowed to move at all? This is unrealistic. It acts like I can't even avoid the attack. It makes no sense. I'm running away from them, and they're homing on me. I didn't get touched by that. How am I getting touched by it? I literally moved. I don't know how I got hit. Why am I losing lights here? I'm literally moving away from the attack and I'm still taking damage. That zero makes any sense at all. One little move and I'm instantly hit. And I can't move from that at all. I don't understand this. Why is it homing to me? Why doesn't it have a traditional lock on, and then if I move away from it, he misses? I get hit no matter if I move away from it or not. It's like I can't even avoid this. It's like they program this to I get hit either way. Seriously? No, that wasn't fair. Okay, I don't understand how I got hit by that. That was not even in my path. Whatever. I don't know why I got hit. Can I at least get up and move, please? I use a butt bounce because for some reason the Revro has a habit of instantly putting me in danger because of how they instinctively have this program. Let me move, god dang it! God dang it! I'm not even allowed moving as soon as I get hit by the chain fireballs. I'm instantly gonna sustain 3 hits automatically. How did I get hit? This is unfair. Thank you. It's instinctively not fair that if I get hit once, I have to sit there through every goddamn chain of that hit. Enough! You will never defeat me if you are in a day. Say goodbye to Pac-Land, Pac-Man. Oh, there's another checkpoint in my battle. I'm not understanding how I'm getting hit by that. I don't know how I got hit. Why did that suddenly just drop in front? Oh, I don't get why that hit me. Not sure why that's hitting me. Are you seriously kidding me? Have the goddamn ram into me and then take the advantage while I'm down just to kill me. Yeah, that is completely fair. That's really fair. Oh, I picked that up and I instantaneously lose. Wow, that is so fair. God dang it, I can't seem to get this last one in. I either get hit by the goddamn ram or otherwise he cheap shots me. I don't know how I got hit by that, but whatever. I don't know how I got hit by that, but whatever. How did I die? I'm the one that kicked him. I don't know how I died. I'm the one that kicked him. So now the rule is going to change because I kicked him? That should not have hit me because I moved away from it. I don't understand how I got hit by that, but whatever. Are you kidding me? The whole depth perception thing is actually ruining up everything in this dang thing. I don't know how that hit me. I really don't understand how any of this is hitting me. You can't move away from this stuff or you still get hit. I really don't see how that hit me. Neither that one or that one. I don't understand how that hit me. How does that one hit me? I moved out of the way. God dang, you can't even move out of the way. Don't understand how that hit me. Don't understand how that hit me. He should not have the ability to be able to hit me. He should not have the ability to easily hit me if I'm moving left and right. I can understand him hitting me if I'm going straight to him, but he should not have the ability to easily hit me if I'm going straight forward. That should not have hit me. I don't understand how that hit me. I'm not understanding why my controls are now suddenly. Got him.
I knew we couldn't take Pac-Man. Did he say that we'd free him again? Uh-oh. Let's get out of here.
I didn't cheat. How did I cheat? I didn't control it. I didn't control it. Plus, I beat most of the levels. I've already beaten this game before. All right, we're going to sit through credits. We're going to save it here. Might go through credits. Why not? Yep, there's our credits. I will be going through the whole game and do time trial. I beat the levels. Some of them here. But I've played this game before. I've already played this game before, so it's not considered cheating. So I do got to go back and set up the collab thingy with Di for these Pac-Man games because thanks, Phoenix. But we are not quite finished for this yet. It's not 100% yet. We got to go back through and do all the time trials. I did all the collectathons. I did all the, we did all the boss fights. I did most of the boss fights. I did one boss fight because she said she wanted to try it out. So I gave her the chance to try it out. But just didn't, all the boss fights are traditionally the same. Except for this last one. You're basically destroying a machine that the ghosts are in. That's basically all those boss fights were. Spooky was the different one. You actually attacked him directly. They could have done a little bit of different variations with the boss fight. It would have made it a bit more interesting. So now Di can go through this entire game and do time trial. Let's see. There is no time trial in that one. This would be her first one to do time trial. So she can jump in. Now configure. Go into device. And there you go. The stream's not over with yet. We still got a whole bunch of stream left. The game, we are not ending stream. There's no way I'm gonna have a 30-minute stream. No way am I having a 30-minute stream. So she just has to beat this level before the time runs out. That's all she has to do. Yeah, we're not finished with it though. We're actually going to do 100% the whole game. 50 seconds. Best time trial is 43, so you have to beat 43 seconds. So that's what you're essentially beating. I think some of those boxes might have those clocks. At the end of the level. 42. That's enough. That's all you need. That's all you need to do. Doesn't matter if it's 1 second, 10 seconds, or what. Just have to beat the time that they tell you to beat. So this one's 30 seconds. Dying does not count. Let me guess, Allie's gonna say, "Oh, without collecting the clock, that's cheating." No, they put it in there. That's free play. Completely free play. "19 seconds. That automatically beats it. Will Di do all the time trials in one stream? I don't think so. I don't think so. But she's probably going to try to get as many as she can possibly get done. Di is the fastest fairy alive. She can make Sonic the Hedgehog look pretty bad, can't she? How's she cheating? How's she cheating? Teasing me, I'm not playing. "35 seconds, what you gotta beat." Let me guess, Allie doesn't want Di to go get the clock. She just wants to go from beginning to end without collecting the clock. Well, the clocks are there for a reason. I can't let others do my own word, but this is a collaboration. This is a collaboration, though. Di's part of my stream. As a matter of fact, I've seen quite a few collaboration streams. Almost at the end. 29 seconds. She is mentioned in the description, so she's part of this stream. One minute, 11 seconds. Guys, she's the one that said she wanted to do this. Yes, but the collab feature is on a video. So I have to wait to actually set this, wait until it becomes a video. And then I actually have to invite her as a collab partner. It does not work on a stream. So essentially I have to wait until this stream's over with to set this up. I got a few other ones I got to do too. The bedoings. Die is bedoing. Right? Die is bedoing. This one's going to be one of the harder ones because he has to necessarily have to collect the clock. You want to be in a collab, Sophia? Oh, Phoenix. Oh, well, we'll work something out. Actually, Andy could have. The ones that you were already in a collab with us in, we could go to all of them and actually set you up into those. But I have to figure out which ones those are. Because you did those with Andy. I think you're close to the end. But you're getting close to the minute 11. So, collecting all the clock looks like it's essential, Die. Even though they do 2 seconds, you gotta try to collect as many clocks as you can. you going backwards? I think you went backwards. So we've had him in a few collaborations. He's done Monopoly with us. He's done Clue with us. He's done the Professor Layton games with Andy. He's done Luigi's Mansion. He's also done Risk with us too. So there were quite a few collaborations we've had with him. So the next time we plan on doing like the Monopoly, the Clue, the Risk games that we're gonna run them off the emulator, and then we're gonna have people join Parsec the next time, because before we were running them actually off the console. It's kind of hard for them to actually play directly off the console. So we are going to use Parsec the next time we do that. Once in a while, well, we don't do collab with Di all the time either. Well, I started Pac-Man. It doesn't mean I'm going to be doing another collab with her in the near future. I decided to do Pac-Man with her. Pac-Man is not a short game. So essentially, this is just one project. That's between him and Sarah. He's played The Sims 3. What point are you getting? Not like we always do collaborations with Diusi. I think for me, I think this is the first time I've ever actually did a collaboration with Diusi. Diusi is usually in a collaboration with Sarah. Almost, guy. You almost have it. You almost had that one. Because I believe Phoenix also was supposed to help us with the sports too. Because that's also part of the collaboration. Guy went AFK. Waiting for Die. I think she might have went AFK. Okay. There's no more support for Desmumi. Desmumi is dead.
Oh, I know that.
Okay, you can try that if you want.
But Alan has
We'll be here for a little while. Die has been doing a little too hard, right? We've been doing a little too hard. You doing a little hard, huh? That level is tough, but are the bedewings a lot easier to control in repack? Or are they roughly about the same? I did think these bedewing levels would be a little harder to do when you have to do the time trial. Well, that would that corrects the depth perception issue that this game suffers from. Both Pac-Man World and Pac-Man World 2 both have that issue, have that depth perception issue, because for the behind the camera thing, it's further away from Pac-Man, so it's harder to judge. Apparently, in Repack, the camera is a lot closer to Pac-Man, so it's easier to make things, so you can judge things better. Pac-Man World 3 also corrects that issue too. Earlier. She's trying to get the fastest time. She also hates the fact that depth perception is an issue. That's why I say that out of all of the Pac-Man World games, I prefer Pac-Man World 3. Be doing. In the ice levels, I think she probably will shine more in the ice levels. For the simple fact is, it might be easier to get the times there as long as she doesn't hit the hole. So, Pac-Man World 3 is coming up after this game is completed. I have a feeling as long as we don't have any technical issues and Di doesn't have any technical problems here, we may be able to get this game finished next week. For those of you that's keeping an eye on the Great Ace Attorney, Great Ace Attorney Adventures is going on to the final episode, episode 5, which will probably take about 3 weeks. So that game will be over with soon. So it may take about 3 weeks, and that game is done, and then we'll be moving on to the Great Ace Attorney Resolve, and that's done. Resolve is the last one. And when all the Ace Attorney games are done, and I'm still working on Pac-Man World, I will be moving Pac-Man World over on Monday. Because Kara is going to probably utilize the Wednesday when the Sims start. Sims 2 and Sims 3. That's going backwards, Di. It's locking you at 6 lives, Di. Or 60 lives, Di. Like every time you die, it's at 60 lives. So essentially you have infinite lives at this point. There's a couple of reasons why I chose Dolphin, the GameCube port for streaming, because they're more stable than the PlayStation 2. So that's why I chose them over the because I own the PlayStation 2 port. They run at a consistent 30 frames per second. There we go! Beat it by 10 seconds. The hardest part of the game is completed. Now it's... This is your level, right? Isn't it, Di? This is your level. Oh, the clock disappeared. I think this is Di's favorite level. Did you see what your best time was supposed to be? You went by the clock. What was your best time for this one? 1:35. Well, they're giving you a little bit of breathing room. That went right over the clock. Let's get the clock normally and just get out of here. Died. I think he died. I think he died. I think she's liking the idea that she has infinite lives. There's your clock. Clock's all gone. Actually, where I live right now, can't see the thermometer on the laptop, on the computer right now. 77 degrees. It was 80. It was 88 earlier. Oh, yeah. We're going to be working with our landlord here so we can bring in those heaters to the apartment to ensure that every single trace bed bugs are out of this apartment so that we can live without an infestation. Butt bouncing cause you to die. Pac-Man, I send you to 35 years in jail for butt bouncing. Good officer, no butt bouncing. I can just imagine what prison would be like. Sir, Pac-Man is butt bouncing in his cell. Hey, you in there, stop butt bouncing. be getting close to the end. Are you going to make it, Die? You're 6 seconds from meeting the goal required time to beat. And it's they didn't give you enough clocks, did they? Went right through it. Underneath it. Over it. Over it again. Right through it this time. Yeah, they don't want you to rev roll it. They just want you to get it normally. It's a lot harder doing this to reach the fastest time, isn't it? Instead of casually doing this. Rev rolling. Di is murdering herself from the rev roll. Di is trying to get the clock with the rev roll again. The game does not seem to want to let her have it with the rev roll. Hitbox is tiny, isn't it, Di? Got a very tiny hitbox. Rev rolling just does not work. But they're at least letting her have 60 lives. They're like this. We don't want you rev rolling the clock, but we'll let you keep your 60 lives. And Di's like, yeah, sure, we can go that way, I suppose. If you want to be that stingy. The hitbox for it is at the very bottom of that clock. Don't think that's what you were supposed to do, Di. There you go. That box is just very tiny on that. So, no backtracking. Backtracking is why you're losing so much time. Very close to your time, guy. Oh, you didn't make it. 1 second off. You almost had it. 1 second off. If you had beaten in 2 seconds sooner, I think you would have probably made it. I think a lot of the backtracking slows you down. Like trying to fight to go get those clocks. I know there's quite a few clocks that you skipped. They probably would have helped you, like some of them that were still in boxes. I make it this time. Very close to time. There she is. She beat it. Okay. 2 minutes and 17 seconds. What are you looking for, Di? You just need to progress forward. Down there you do. Remember, was one of the levels that Guy used to like grind for extra lives. I think you're supposed to hit that one box there because I think you added your metal ball into it, I think. your middle balls in one of those pots. Oh, there it is. That's over there. You actually have to have the chaser to get by that part, or otherwise you would not see this level. Remember, your time is 2:11. And 11, you're over time. Okay. You were close to the end. They just didn't give you enough clocks, did they? I think you got clocks in there. You gotta climb up. Get your chain. Your time is 2:11, not 1:11. Oh, that might save you time. Didn't realize that was actually there. And we got her. Those levels are done. Now it's time for the ice. Ready for the ice? This should be easier as long as you don't slip and fall. You didn't get a chance to see what your hold time was supposed to be. $1:14. Can you do it in a minute and 14 seconds? Right in the water. God dang it. That ruined things. Rams are abusive. Almost in the water. Maybe you did go in the water. Right in the water. The the A button should be able to stop you from a rev roll. I think you're up. There. Get it. You beat it by 1 second. Two minutes and 47 seconds. This is the auto scroller. Oh, you needed that one. Ooh. Yeah, you have a lot of blind spots on this one, so I would definitely be careful. Your clock is gone. As soon as you left that platform, it was gone. Yeah, you had to get the clock first before you actually got anything else in the level. No! Didn't realize you were that close, did you? Have a good night, Sophia. careful on this part. I don't really consider it the best. I don't mind it. No, haven't been around to playing Repacked. But I don't consider this to be the best. I actually think Pac-Man World 3 is better than this. For many reasons. There's a depth perception issue that really ruins my experience with Pac-Man World 2. It also ruins my experience with Pac-Man World 1. There's a lot of questionable level designs that I really don't like. And it's got some weird hitbox for certain boss fights. So that's one of the reasons why I don't really consider this as the best. I really think Pac-Man World 3 is better than this. Well, the fans can have their own opinions. It's just that my opinion is different from theirs. Pac-Man World 3, in my opinion, is the best. It is very difficult to play when you don't have the depth perception. Depth perception is very important in a 3D game. I don't think it is. I think everything that they put in World 3 improved on World 2. There is significantly better depth perception. You don't struggle with that one bit. I don't mind the fighting mechanic one bit. I enjoy the fighting mechanic. I don't have any problems with the controls of the game either. I disagree with that opinion. Nobody can give me a reason why World 3 is the worst. Nobody can tell me why it is. All I got from people is it's more story-driven. So why does that make it worse? Do you not like story-driven games? That's all I keep getting from people is more story-driven. Yes, it is more story-driven. But nobody can give me a logical reason why Pac-Man World 3 is worse. I give out a fair, decent opinion as to why I don't like World 2 as much. Not to say that I dislike World 2. I do enjoy World 2. But there are problems with World 2 that World 3 does fix. Other than what a lot of people have said is that there's more story-driven compared to Pac-Man World 1 and 2. And it's just, okay, where's the negativity? Yeah, so it is story-driven. Combat's boring and repetitive. Well, so is in Pac-Man World 1 and 2. It's only the butt bounce and the rev roll. What else are you doing with it? You do a jump kick. There's nothing special about the jump kick. He's got a punching that was not in Pac-Man World 1 and 2, which is significantly better than the butt bounce. So, the soundtrack. The start of it if I remember correctly, reuses Pac-Man World 2's music, but it's remixed, if I'm not mistaken. Tone is unfitting. Well, if the tone is unfitting, the developers wouldn't have designed it that way. Apparently, the developers felt that was that was what they were going for, and that's what they chose to design. So, I don't see how it's unfitting. So, what's Pac-Man to you? That's my question. What's Pac-Man to you? What kind of game is Pac-Man? To me, he is a round yellow creature that eats dots, and you're doing that in Pac-Man World 3. You're doing that in Pac-Man World 2. You're doing that in Pac-Man World 3. So, I'm not entirely sure what's unfitting about it. I'm not worried if I'm in the minors. I'm just giving out an opinion. But nobody can tell me what's bad about Pac-Man World 3 except for stuff that doesn't change the gameplay. I think it plays really well. Pac-Man was never a child, though. He had Ms. Pac-Man and he had Pac Jr. I didn't think he had much of a negative attitude in Pac-Man World 3. Nobody's given me a reason why it's bad. There's not. You're saying music. Well, music doesn't change the gameplay. People say it's story-driven. Well, yeah, it's story-driven. I get that. I like games with stories into them. I play games with stories in it. But so far, you haven't really stated anything that's going to change my mind about World 3. Yeah, you said the battling thingy is boring, but, well, you could say that about Pac-Man World 1 and 2. Because aside from the ability to punch in Pac-Man World 3, the rest of the combat's exactly the same as Pac-Man World 1 and 2. I don't think so. I mean, he isn't really saying anything that was fan-worthy. He's giving out his opinion, which he has the right to give out an opinion. I'm not arguing with his opinion. No, he's still there. They nerfed his butt bounce. I didn't feel like they nerfed it. It felt the same to me. Made the Red Roll worse in Free Boy, and it takes like 40 hits to kill a single. I didn't experience that. What do you mean he's gone? He just sent that message. It's coming from YouTube, yes. He is on YouTube. Why are you not seeing him? Do you have him blocked? He's been here before. He's been here before. He has punch move. You don't like the punch. Well, I understand that you don't like the punch. You don't see him either? I see him. I'm reading his messages right on stream. Yeah, he's showing up on YouTube. YouTube is showing his message. Playboy Pika 5, well, that wouldn't make a difference either because, Never said I didn't like the punch. The combat was forced and repetitive. That was basically all you had, more than the butt bounce of the rev roll. Okay. All right, so you're saying the combat's imbalanced for you, okay? I get that. It's not a combat that's made for everybody. I understand that. But I'm saying that I like the combat. It works well for me. I don't have much of the issues, but so now I understand why you don't like Pac-Man World 3. I understand. I don't know if that's the same for everybody. I just know that's for you. I know that there's a lot of people that just says that they don't like the story of Pac-Man World 3. It's too heavily story-driven, which I can understand that. I don't mind the story. I'm just giving out an opinion that, yeah, I prefer Pac-Man World 3 over Pac-Man World 2. You can like Pac-Man World 2. I don't hate Pac-Man World 2. I play Pac-Man World 2. I had fun with Pac-Man World 2. I just have some questionable designs for levels. There's a lot of questionable level designs. Depth perception is one of the worst things that I hate out of both Pac-Man World 1 and 2, which makes it very difficult to play. I don't really think they're going to redo Pac-Man World 3. There's kind of too many problems because for one, they don't have Ms. Pac-Man. Ms. Pac-Man is a heavy part of the game because she is one of the playable characters in game. The ghosts are playable in the game, which changes your gameplay up a lot. So there is a little bit of variety that I feel that's in Pac-Man World 3. Well, there is no such thing as a perfect game. Every game has its own flaws. I already understand this. Just take Minecraft. Minecraft is not a perfect game either. There's flaws in Minecraft. But people like the longevity of Minecraft because it allows you to do anything in that game. You can build whatever you want in that game. Yes, there's assortments of different bugs and so instead of a remake of Pac-Man World 3, I think Bandai Namco would just make Pac-Man World 4 and just not do Pac-Man World 3. Pac-Man World 3 doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't really need a remake. I kind of think that it plays fine just as it is. Pac-Man World and Pac-Man World 2 did, unfortunately, require a lot of remake because of how rough they play in its original state. So I think the repack version is a blessing for Pac-Man World 1 and 2. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see about repack. I'm not entirely sure if we're going to rush into repack yet, but there may be a time we will come to repack. I mean, I don't really hate the original game. It's just, as a stand on the fact that is, the level designs are a little, they do, and I heard they correct that in the remake. They fixed the depth perception problem, which was a problem in the first two games. It's going to be very difficult to do a remake of World 3, I think, because they would need to find a way to rewrite Ms. Pac-Man's role, because it's not just a simple character swap in World 3. They actually have to rewrite the entire story to write out Ms. Pac-Man, but still keep the same basic game intact. He at ya for some reason. He at ya. They don't need to. Buying ad games basically means that that's the end of it. The company's gone. But at games is in financial trouble anyway. I don't really think it was a flop. So it didn't agree with the populars, but I don't think it failed. I think it did what it set out to do. In sales wise, it did significantly well. It didn't really flop in sales, so you can't really say it flopped or failed if it did pretty well in sales. the reviews were bad because most of the people were saying it was too heavy story driven. That's what I keep getting from a lot of people. I didn't mind combat. Combat felt okay. He says it's boring, but you could say that about Pac-Man World 1 and 2 because they added a punching mechanic for Pac-Man, which is fine. Made it easier to attack enemies, but you do control the ghost. They have their own attack patterns, which is never in any of the other Pac-Man games. Ms. Pac-Man is supposed to be playable, and she has her own moveset. So there's quite a bit of varieties in the game. So it didn't meet fan expectation because it wasn't a game they wanted. Well, it seemed to have done well in sales. Yeah, I have those. I actually got them in a bundle, but it doesn't have the player greatest hits banner onto it. So they apparently sold well. They sold really well. Because if they didn't sell well at all, they would not repackage the game so many times and resell the same game under a lower price tag. Because they do that based on the sales numbers. So apparently it did really well in sales for Sony and Nintendo to repackage the game under their greatest hits name. And there is a player's choice version of Pac-Man World 3. It did get a greatest hits though. There is a player's choice version on the GameCube for Pac-Man World 3. I've seen it. It has that yellow banner going across that says player's choice. So it did well in sales. It did well in sales. Take a look at its sales numbers. As long as the game hit over 1 million sales, it did really well in sales. That's enough for them to repackage it in their greatest hits library and player's choice library. And it probably resells for a lot higher value than Pac-Man World 1 and 2 right now. But it did. It got a greatest hits. It got a player's choice. There is a cover of it that just says so. I got a repackaged version that had Pac-Man World 2, 3, and Racing in one package. That was their greatest hits release value. I can almost guarantee that if you look it up, you will find that there is a player's choice version, greatest hits, Platinum hits, they exist for Pac-Man World 3. So apparently there was somebody that enjoyed it. So it didn't exactly fail. Yeah, I had that package on the PlayStation 2. That's technically a greatest hits package. And they were sold under the greatest hits price tag. And I do have them on PlayStation 2. Being easy doesn't make it a bad game. For some, it makes it even more enjoyable. So I really don't see that as a negativity. It being easier doesn't really make it a bad game. Matter of fact, it makes it it's a lot more fluid to play if it's easier. Yes, I do enjoy challenging games. I do like hard games. But does it have to be ridiculously hard for people? Well, what did they want to do? Them to eliminate the depth perception? Because the depth perception would be the reason why it made the game easier. Because there was none in the first two. Whoa! But it did. It did. My brother's actually reading up onto it. There are screenshots. You just look it up. You can find the greatest hits, Platinum Edition, Player's Choice Edition of them on eBay. And the collection that I have goes under their PlayStation's Greatest Hits collection. And I have them sitting here. I can literally show you them. They came in a bundle. And I only spend about $20 for the whole package. Only having it fixed because he doesn't like my opinion of Pac-Man World 3. But I never had any problems with his opinion on Pac-Man World 3, or him liking or disliking Pac-Man World 3. But he's having it fit because I'm liking Pac-Man World 3. You can not like Pac-Man World 3. But it wasn't a failure. Oh, this is part of my bundle set. This is part of their greatest hits bundle set. Even though it doesn't have a greatest hits tag onto it, exactly the same. And one of the reasons you can see that it says it's part of a set. So this is one. Pac-Man World 3. Again, it says it's part of a set. Pac-Man World Rally. And on the back of it, it says it's part of a set. So, they had a greatest hits version of them. This was a greatest hits collection packaged together. So, I don't want to hear that they never made a greatest hits collection. They did. And my proof is right here. You said that they don't have a greatest hits copy of Acme World 3 for PS2, a player's choice version on GameCube, or a Platinum Edition on Xbox. Well, I did prove you wrong. Well, they do. Because the box set that I had that came into them actually had a greatest hits on the box sleeve for these. So they have been repackaged as greatest hits. This is using the original label. But they're still a greatest hits collection. Still. He still doesn't want to believe me. They make a greatest hits collection. That's a greatest hits collection. I need help. I need help. I'm not the one that's complaining. I'm not the one that's complaining. If you want to get rid of him, you are more than welcome to get rid of him. Because I wasn't really having problems with his opinion. He has the right to his opinion. The issue was he's having problems with my opinion on the game. Because if he doesn't like the game, he doesn't have to play the game. So Di says you can get rid of him, Andy. Now this is all Sony did for it. This is the greatest hits collection right here. The Pac-Man World 2, 3, and Rally. That's pretty much all they did. The box I had that went over it actually said greatest hits collection. So they just bundled it together. It's still a greatest hits collection, regardless of if it had a striping on so that said greatest hits on the box itself. Still a greatest hits collection. And it was labeled and marked on the price tag as a greatest hits collection. So it sold well. So the time we're looking for is 2:45, okay, Di? You gotta beat 2:45. So you should be getting closer. There we go, that should be the end. $232, you finally did it. I think that's the last one for the ice area. Don't forget to save it. Yeah, well, it's pretty long. Is it the last one? Oh, maybe there's one more after it. There is. Yep, there is. 103. This one, Blade Mountain. This one should be significantly easier. This is another auto scroller, I guess. But I think you're facing forward. Oh, you're on ice skates. Yeah. You're facing forward on ice skates. So technically this should be a bit easier. So 107 was the time. Means no backtracking, just keep on going forward. The box slowed you down. Yeah, there was. Literally, there was. And it said greatest hits collection on the cardboard itself. It's not going to say it on there. On the back of it says part of a set. It is the greatest hits collection. But he thinks that doesn't count. And it says, well, it was marked as the greatest hits collection. It was sold under the greatest hits name. So why doesn't it count? Raid Mountain's your favorite? He might have an easier time with the time trial on this thing. Does he? Jesse, welcome. Ooh, she was a little short on that one. I think she would have been halfway in this level. Pac-Man World 2 isn't a bad game. I've enjoyed it. I beat the game. There's some levels I question its design. I really hate the depth perception in this game. It makes this game very difficult to play. I haven't exactly played the repack, but I have heard that they've made some changes to some of the levels that most fans complain about, and which is good. They've also fixed the annoying depth perception problem that's in the game, which would normally turn me away from, because depth perception is very important in a 3D environment game. But I played it for the fun aspect of the game. So the depth perception irritated me, but I still played it. I understand it's old. I understand it's old. I mean, it's not the first 3D game made either. There are some that did better with depth perception. I mean, you got Ocarina of Time that did all right with depth perception. I mean, it's just a developer choice. They understand that there is no depth perception in the first two Pac-Man world. That's why they corrected it in the repack. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad because there's no depth perception. It just makes it a lot harder to play. Which is something that they have corrected in Pac-Man World 3, because that was one of the major issues, was the depth perception in the first two. Yay! 1 minute! Alright, that is the last level in that area. I think the other one's a volcano, isn't it not? If you want to end now, we can definitely end now, and then you can finish everything off next week. That's fine with me. Yes, I'm aware they all had remakes. Spyro has had several remakes. Remakes aren't bad, as long as they fix the problems that is plaguing the game. It's a fun game. Yes, crash inspired. You felt the remake was worse for SpongeBob? I could see that. You're not the only one that had that same opinion. I haven't played it, so I can't make an opinion onto it. So I can see why people would not like the remake so much. There's some of them that actually praise the remake. Oh yeah. So Di has disconnected. So I have to go fix settings. Yeah, you're one of the other ones that felt the same about Pac-Man World 3, but in my opinion, it's actually better than Pac-Man World 2. Let's not discuss that again. Yes, we had somebody in here that actually obliterated my opinion on Pac-Man World 3. But that's going to be the next game that we're going to be playing after Pac-Man World 2 is Pac-Man World 3. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it being an unpopular opinion. I mean, everybody is entitled to their own opinions. What bugs me is the fact that when somebody doesn't respect somebody else's opinion. Well, they just had a problem with my opinion. That's all they had a problem with. Because they didn't like my take on Pac-Man World 3, and they complained about it, and says, well, you're entitled to your opinion on Pac-Man World 3. I have my opinion on Pac-Man World 3. I mean, I was asking him what are some of the things that he disliked about Pac-Man World 3, because most of the time I got from people is they didn't like the fact that it was story-driven. Okay? I appreciate the story. I didn't mind the story. But they couldn't give me a really good reason why they dislike it. They just came up with, oh, it's boring. Well, why is it boring? That's what that conversation was about, because I wanted to know why he disliked it, because he couldn't give me an exact reason why he didn't like it. He just said it was just trash. It's just bad. From where I actually I'm working on building a game. I know how games are completely structured from the ground up. You're right. Everybody has their own preferences. But seeing as a game perspective, I am working on a game. I didn't start the project. I had somebody that I know that started the project, and they wanted me to help out. Usually is also helping with that. It's an RPG game. So understanding how games are built and stuff like that, that's the mindset I'm looking at. Because how's the game built from the ground up? Does it play well? Yeah, it plays very well. Well, what are some of the flaws and stuff? Well, in flaws, well, okay, the battling system has been the same in Pac-Man World 1 and 2. Okay, they added a punching for Pac-Man, which is nice improvement. Gives Pac-Man an additional ability. He still butt bounces. He still rev rolls, just like he did in the other two games. Well, okay. Andy read that the game is easier. Okay, the game's easier. Nothing wrong with an easy game. I enjoyed it. I haven't beaten it because I was living with parents at the time, and I didn't get a chance to play video games as much because I was mostly helping out with them most of the time. Which, that's life. So I did play enough to experience the game. I did enjoy the game. Pac-Man World 3's remake is going to be a lot harder than Pac-Man World 1 and 2 because this Pac-Man is a lot more than a character swap in Pac-Man World 3. She has her own dialogue. She has her own scenes in the game, and she's supposed to be playable in the game. It's kind of sad because I really would like to see people give the game a little bit more love. So when we get there, because we're going to play it a little bit differently than what we do with Pac-Man World 2. Pac-Man World 3 is not the same Crash Bandicoot style. It's more adventure style. All right, so tomorrow is going to be RPG Maker. Hopefully Phoenix will help you out, Di. On Friday, it's going to be The Sims for GameCube. So that's the rest of the week that we have. More than welcome to join to both of them. You get to see game development. You can still have a Discord stream tonight. There's not a problem with doing a Discord stream tonight. The only reason why we didn't do one last week is I think we ended the stream at 1 o'clock. Because we were actually... Last week we're talking about. What'd you... Yeah. So, guys, gonna want to get the event process in our game fixed up. So we're gonna do that. You're talking about the formula that they chose in Pac-Man World 3. I can understand that because it doesn't follow the same formula as Pac-Man World 1 and 2. I understand why that would be a complaint. I'm not really big fan of restricted cameras and one-way cameras, stuff like that. Those are the types of games that I wasn't really a fan of, but I did enjoy Pac-Man. Pac-Man World was a lot more restrictive than Pac-Man World 2, I have to agree. But I didn't mind the formula change. I didn't mind that it was more adventure style. I prefer the more adventure style games. But I'm going to end stream today so Di can work on that. So you all have a wonderful day. Pac-Man World 1 and Pac, they did so much, blew it out to water. They still kept the same formula. That's what I heard. They revamped some of the levels. They corrected the depth depth perception that plagued the old ones. So, auto strobe pause. Why are you? Okay. That should be a good thing. That should be a good thing if it's not a cakewalk to 100%. You all have a wonderful night. Take care. Bye-bye.